gentlemen, welcome back to the show. We are the Millie Goats. It is episode 226. I'm starting to get confused because we keep doing some of these random bonus streams after important sporting events such as the Elite Eight and the Sweet 16. So I think it's 226, but it is March 30th, 2025. Nonetheless, it is national. Let me help you out, everybody who's listening to this. Dudes, guys, brethren, men. It is National Fold Laundry Day. Mm-hmm. Now, from our other counterparts, our other halves, our muses. Those of you listening, chime in because the stat is the average American family washes 8 to 10 loads of laundry a week. Facts or no facts?
I was thinking that's light, but yeah.
I would say facts. Here's the deal for me though, and I actually was thinking about this today because my wife and I both do laundry, and her definition of a load and how many pieces of clothing go in that load versus my definition of a load are totally different. So we easily hit that if she's doing laundry. If I'm doing laundry, we're probably under that.
Well, here's what I want to know. Are you separating colors, lights, and darks?
Yes.
But then you fill it up.
She's like,
she's
like, yeah. I do darks, which are blacks and navy blue, and then I do everything else.
Is gray a dark?
Well, it depends on. There's two grays. There is two grays: a gray or dark and a lighter gray.
But do you pack the wash machine like full as can be?
Oh, it's on high. It's a high water, not a medium. I'm a high water guy.
Okay. See, like I separate my pants usually because I got so much mud on my clothes. You know, like
humble brag. Humble brag. That does work.
Dirty hands, clean money. You know what I'm saying? But
I will say here recently, my load amount has gone up. Solely because
you've been waiting to do it a little longer or something.
Solely because I have moved to doing 3 loads: a dark load, a light load, and a Lululemon load.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
A load is what it's called.
You don't dry. You can't dry you can't put it in the dryer, the Lululemon stuff. So you got to hang it. So it actually works out perfect because you do a dark load. You're drying that. You throw the Lululemon load in. You pull that out to, whatever dry on the racks. Then you put the light load in. When the light load's done washing, the dark load's done drying. Flawless transition. Flawless.
I can't believe we're even talking about this on air right now.
Yep. Dude, well, I would agree with you. I don't dry any Under Armour stuff. I have shirts, Under Armour shirts, since me and G.U.Y.S were roommates, that are still in good shape because I don't dry them very often.
Yeah.
They just get washed.
Now, my wife was doing laundry today, and she asked me if I could take what was out of the dryer, put what was in the washer into the dryer, and start a new load. So I was like, okay. I went down there. I got the stuff out of the dryer. There were 6 pieces of clothing in there. I went into the washer, moved those 10 pieces. I'm like, why can these not be combined?
There's got to be some sort of, there's a reason, I'm sure. There's a reason.
16 total pieces of clothing, 2 different loads. Like, can these not be combined?
See, my wife's completely opposite. She's just literally getting a clothes hamper and just, dumping it, the whole thing into the wash machine. Like, no separating anything. I try to separate the kids' clothes, our clothes, my clothes, different from everything. Because, like I said, I got mud, grease, dirt, everything. I don't want nobody else, on that chemical, especially, transferring to my kids' clothes. So I usually try to wash my stuff separate. But when I go change it over from where wifey was washing stuff, I'm like, and then it never fails. Like, I have to buy socks every 6 months because my wife just loses them. And I'm sure you probably saw her, but like, there's plenty of times where she's wearing like one blue sock and one orange sock, and I'm like, "What are you doing? You can't."
My wife does the same thing. I can't live with mismatched socks.
No, I can't do it.
Dude, that's a bad one.
And they have to have one left one right one. I can't have two rights together either.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You have the left and right logo on your socks?
I have some too. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Some of the boot socks are like that, dude.
What's the difference between a left and a right foot sock?
It's arch support, dog.
Arch.
Look, you stay over there. We stay over there with your Walmart socks.
You need a Copperfit sponsorship now?
Hey,
come on the show.
If they pay for the $25 gift card.
Oh my gosh, dude! Freaking arch support in your socks. They're stretchy.
Our socks at App our senior year had left and right on them. I know that because I still have
Nike
a pair.
Ones.
Yeah.
Nike. Oh, you still have them?
All the Nike ones have that.
They're just playing a joke on everybody.
Like
they're playing a joke on it. They're like, watch this. We're going to put left and right and really mess with people over the next 30 years of their lives.
So you're telling me right now, AK, that if you had a pair of left and right socks, you wouldn't care which foot it goes on?
I don't even look at it. I think I have one pair that has left and right on it.
This is coming from a guy that wore slides like 2 years out of his life. That's it.
Slides are different. They're form-fitting. Socks are socks. They're freaking elastic.
Don't you think there's a little? I mean, socks do form though, because you can tell if you throw a sock that you've primarily wore on your left foot, if you throw it on the right foot, there's a big hump over where your pinky toe is now because where your big toe normally is. Socks form, dude. Socks are form-fitting.
I'm not saying they don't form. I can buy that. Don't tell me there's arch support. You want to come at me with they form to your feet? Great. Don't tell me there's arch support.
If they form to your feet, how is there not arch support?
There's not. It doesn't support. You mean to tell me an elastic
form to the arch
2 millimeter thick piece of fabric is gonna have any effect on your entire body weight on your arch?
Maybe the Niners should have invested in some arch support so it wouldn't keep blowing their Achilles tendons.
They do say that those socks with the bumpy things on the heel is the Achilles that supports your Achilles.
I think both of you guys wore mismatched socks on the cruise back when that's right, dude. Me and BMO, it didn't matter.
BMO's different. BMO wore mismatched polo collared shirts.
That's true.
So he could pop both of them.
Yeah,
he had
got double collar popping.
Yeah, he has starch in his socks. All of his he had arch support for real.
BMO's built different.
National Fold Laundry Day. There were sports, but before there were sports, boys, we had a weekend. I got to basically travel back in time. Blade life. Went into this roller rink, dude. Tex, we are going to that when you come down in a few weeks. We're going to the roller rink. They actually had roller blades. They had some roller skates. I meant to ask you, Jay, was that the shirt you were wearing? Was that Lululemon, the picture you sent all of us over the weekend? Where you said you had lost. That was the Lululemon shirt.
It was one of those, light hoodies. Yeah, not a full sweatshirt, but a light hoodie. And I originally put it on. I was like, I should probably put another shirt on because you can see my nipples pretty good. So I put another shirt. So I was wearing two Lululemon shirts. Boy, if I've ever looked like my dad, it was in that picture.
You did look like your dad in that picture. You both were laughing, though.
Yeah. Hey, the times were rolling. We had a good time.
B. McCormick's here.
Are we showing the video of the skate?
Oh, I got it pulled up right here.
Let's do it.
Dude, that was one of the – I've never felt more alive being like – and I'm not saying that just to be hyperbolic or whatever. It was like I went back in time for real. Like they had – they turned the lights off, the disco balls going, the neon light shows on. Like, dude, they had the roller skates. You go into the arcade, you had to put the quarters in. It wasn't a stupid card thing. They spit out real tickets. Nice. I mean, it was like
if you were to go back to the roller rink where we grew up and started and just walked in the door, you'd be like, it smells the same because it does. That's the first thing I say every time. I'm like, dude, it smells the exact same as I remember it.
Yep,
love that.
Oh,
does it have the same smell,
like it, dude? Yeah, there's nothing like it. So here I am, right? Okay, this is a video for those of you listening to the podcast. Welcome. You can't hear it, you can't see it. Now I have no idea if my wife's voice is on this because I forget what she says. So if she does say anything, just Bear
She
with
says,
us.
I hope he falls.
Yeah, she was trying to jinx you. She's like, I hope he blows it and falls.
Hold on. Now I got it. There we go. I got to hit the play button. I got to find it. There it is. All right, here we go. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, you got to film me so I can show everybody that I still got it. Now look,
You don't got it.
Do what?
So you don't got it. Stiff ankles, no crossover on your turn, no edge of your skates at all.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Going around the turn here, turn one. Well, this was the birthday girl right here, and I didn't see her until I turned the corner. I was like, oh, God, that'd be great. Here I am trying to act like
look where you were going?
No, I did. Look at that. Boom. Sliding right up in there, boys. Grade it.
You look
one.
The stop or the whole thing?
All of it. I felt like I
mean,
flying.
the stop looked like you kind of knew what you were doing a little bit, but that was probably about it on the whole skating thing. I mean, you looked like you're running in sand.
Dude, I felt so stiff, man. Like it was so bad. But I felt like I was going pretty fast.
I think here's what I'm willing to bet on how slow I think you were going.
That's my guy. What?
If that was a 40-yard dash, you would have not have broken 5 seconds.
No.
100%.
Dude, I felt.
Which is sad on roller skates.
I felt like I was gliding. But the worst part was when I watched the video back, I was like, I look like I can't bend my knees.
What's the timing on it?
Yeah,
though? Is this like
it's stiff legs, stiff ankles? Is what I was seeing whenever I was watching that. Stiff legs, stiff ankles.
You were running on your knees.
No hips. Like whenever you were going to crossover, you were like, it wasn't a crossover; it was like a step.
Well,
like
I got
man trying to make a turn.
She was playing literally in the turn, and I'm like, "That great, Adam. Be the guy who just
make a move,
just bodies the birthday girl
1
into
foot
a locker."
wide.
The biggest thing is, did you just put the skates on and walk out there and like, watch this, and she videoed you immediately, or did
no?
you do a couple?
He's right. I'd been skating for like an hour.
Oh my gosh, dude! Come on.
Here we
I
go.
didn't anticipate the birthday girl just out there.
You should have been loosened up by then, though, and kind of got a feel for him to where you could have been doing a little bit better. I thought you literally
the
like
lack
just
of
strapped
awareness,
them up.
though.
No, it was. When I watched it back, I was like, man, I lost it. It's just like whenever I played. It's all right though.
How many people were there?
Full disclosure. AK was not a skater. Whenever we played hockey, he always played goalie. So he skates like he has pads on. He skates bow-legged, no crossovers. I guess that's what he's. I mean, he's out there skating all wrong. He's just.
I don't cross over. I back up. I back up slowly. That's what I did.
That is the best comparison I've ever heard. He skates like he has pads on.
Yeah, bow-legged.
Tex had an inside source send me this picture.
Look at Coach.
Look at you, coach it out there. One, but number two, why do you have a whiteboard the size of a flat screen TV under your arm?
Like, is that how you call it?
I'm not like, look, you look like you know what you're doing, but you've got an absolute 75-inch flat
41-0 to tail the tape, dude. 41-0.
He can't trust the tape. He can't trust the players sending the plays in, so he just writes it on the big board.
I need
48 sweep
plays out so those boys could see.
Oh God!
I'm telling you, that is.
Well, Josh said that's a Cowboys to the Super Bowl sign.
Get me on the staff. Get me on the staff. I'm out there drawing up plays in the dirt. Okay, drawing up plays in the dirt.
It looks like one of those signs you get outside the cell phone store that you're just walking around spinning. Oh man!
Free car wash if you score.
Yes.
It looks like, if you didn't know it was Tex, it looks like that guy, Alex Hermanzi or whatever, that opened the gyms up and became a millionaire off YouTube and Instagram. Like at
Liver
first,
King?
No. No. I mean, at first, I'm like, all right, go ahead, coach. Looking semi-jacked in a black shirt, calves flexing, just walking, carrying a giant whiteboard so you can draw 48 dive on it. And come on, I mean, it ain't bad, but
Deliver King.
Not even close.
I was Adam. Looks like Tex is coaching a deaf school. He has to write.
Look at that, dude. That thing. Where did you get that? I've never even seen that. I've known you for 30 years.
Our boy D Light. He had a bunch of this special plastic. He had a bunch of this special plastic.
Oh, so that's custom. It's a custom board.
Custom. It's a custom whiteboard, baby.
Does every coach carry one?
No.
Is that how y'all communicate? I don't see a headset. I don't see a headset. You just write notes on the board.
Could you imagine though, like if he was coaching basketball, how like coaches the basketball have a clipboard, he'd come in and at timeout and start drawing it.
That would block that. The people they hold up those sheets, it blocks the sheets and it writes the plays, dude. You can't say
42-inch whiteboard over here.
Texas going full. I don't care if they know our plays. They still got to stop us.
Yeah, they got to still light up.
Hey,
got 11 on 11, baby.
Damn right. Give me. I'm full.
I drew it.
I'm full. Buddy Ryan's dad. What is it, Buddy Ryan? I can take Yorn and beat Yorn to mine, or I can take mine and beat mine with Yorn.
Tex isn't the head coach. He runs the scout team offense.
He holds it. That's so big he can hold it up and show the other team on the other sideline what's coming. That's what he does. He goes, here's the play. I got this big whiteboard.
Where's your whistle out?
I don't need it on game days.
Oh my gosh.
Referees get whistles on game days.
She said they won 48 nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where's the dip can ring?
Dude.
Where are the coaching shorts, dude?
You gotta have the high white socks too.
I'll have to wear those next time.
That's the scoreboard.
That's the scoreboard. Okay. What were we talking about?
First, look, I got this nice tan.
Right.
Oh,
the coach of many things, though, I found out.
Yes, coach a little bit of everything.
T-ball,
football, baseball,
football, wrestling. I mean, geez, dude.
Yeah. Boys, I lost my document there for a minute. All right, so we
could tell this is the quietest you've been in a long time.
I was freaking out. I was like, "Where'd it go?" Anyway, so that's what we were up to. We've got to salute sports. So we got the Final Four. That's set. We're gonna get to that. We had a golf tournament that happened. Shout out Minwoo Lee, the chef, cooking in Houston. Edge was calling it. We had the Houston Open.
His first win.
Yep, in 56 events or starts or whatever. We'll talk a little bit about the pre-golf bets and guys, and we got some other news. We got a big announcement too. By the way, I got to confirm with our guest who also PGA Tour. That we'll get to that in the golf segment. So hang around for that. PGA Tour player coming on with a big announcement from him because he had an awesome. This is going to be cool, dude. This is going to be really cool. So let's hit the salute your sports. Here we go. Let's talk some sports. But before that, I found this, and we do a debate in this segment, but I just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention that female frogs fake their own death to avoid mating with males that they don't like.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
The fascinating phenomenon of death fiending and thanatosis in female frogs. Some species of female frogs have been observed pretending to be dead or dying to deter amorous males from mating with them. This unique behavior is often seen in species where males are overly aggressive or persistent in their mating attempts. So they fall to the ground and stiffen their body and remain motionless. That's wild.
I've done that.
So,
sounds like my wife.
Oh, no.
Every time I try it, she's just start sleeping all of a sudden. Love you, wifey. I'm sure she's probably listening to this right now too.
Hey, prove him wrong. Prove him wrong, wifey.
Right. Yeah,
prove him wrong. When he gets up of here, be ready.
Pretending to be asleep.
See what I tell you, dude. All the time.
Comment.
What she doesn't know, though, is that I know when she's asleep because she's snoring. If she's not snoring, then she's not asleep.
Okay. Let's move on.
She got to throw in a subtle.
Oh, Josh, have you watched the Papa Shot Champion? Dude, I was watching that before we came down. The Papa Shot Championship. They put a lot. Hey, I set the record at that roller ring, by the way. Smoked it. So many tickets.
I thought you were talking about with your speed around the course. I was like, is that a geriatric?
They probably took away tickets from me. They were like, everybody was calling me, and they're like, "You look like a pro," and I'm like, "What? Did you watch the same film I did?" I feel bad. They never seen anybody skate.
Well, the only other skater out there had a helper.
Yeah, the old PVC pusher.
That thing. Those are death traps, by the way, too. They got those little measly wheels on them for the kids. Those things. I'm telling you.
Well, with the speed that you were going, I think you had enough time to stop with how fast you were going.
I was the fastest person out there, dude. I'd have smoked anybody in a race. Try me.
Because everybody where you live is at the beach. They're not in a roller.
It was 5 people there. That's why you can smoke everybody.
Somebody said.
I'm surprised that skating ring is still open, honestly. Like, I'm sure they're not bringing in bukus of money where they can.
That's because people don't know how to blade, dude. They're not about that blade life. Somebody, who was it? Was it Hen Dog that said, were you skating now because you can't operate a shopping cart? I was like, well, somebody said something like that. I don't remember. All right. The Final Four set, chalk show, all ones.
Frozen Forest set.
Wait, not yet. They're still playing one game. Oh, it is. You're right. It ended.
Denver just won.
So it's Denver, Penn State. Who else?
Boston University and Western Michigan.
Western Michigan. PJ Fleck row the boat.
Lance Taylor.
He's not there anymore.
They got rid of him?
He went somewhere else, I'm pretty sure.
Did row the boat, Minnesota?
He is, yeah.
I hadn't been on Twitter in a while. So I don't know.
Frozen Four. Okay. The Final Four set. We have torpedo bats in Major League Baseball. And the NFL won't stop making movies. So they're really sending mixed signals in the NFL. So for the basketball, shout out to everybody who did the bracket challenge. We had somebody try to sneak in. The top point getter is somebody that I know. So we'll see what happens in the Final Four. That'll be the determinant. We'll pull up the bracket here in a little bit. Sure, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you for fourth quarter performance for the $25 credit. And somebody will be getting a hat just like this, whoever wins. So, all right. Let's get to the slides.
You don't know what you're talking about. He's still at Western Michigan.
Is he?
Yeah, I just looked it up.
I thought he moved somewhere.
No.
Thought he moved. Okay. Everybody thought I was sleeping on the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 mascot updates. Absolutely not. In the South, where Auburn was, you had 2 humans, 1 unique, and 1 cat. In the West, where Florida there was 3 uniques and 1 human. In the East, there were 2 cats, 1 human, and 1 unique. And then in the Midwest, where Houston was, there were 2 cats, 1 human, and 1 dog. So the Sweet 16 had 5 humans, 5 uniques, 5 cats, and 1 dog. What you have to pay attention to this round is, by the Sweet 16, birds, gone, out of here. Fly the coop. Birds of a feather, flock, suck together. Get out of here. You stink. There was 10 original bird mascots. 1 dog remains. Bulldogs. If you see a bulldog, just tuck this away for next year. If you see a bulldog in the bracket, don't pick them. Do not pick them to go to the Sweet 16 or beyond. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now. That's 2 years in a row I've been keeping track. The Bulldogs suck. They might get you a win in the round of 64, round of 32. Get them out. 3 out of the 4 uniques made it from the West.
Bulldogs suck at basketball.
Just mark it down. I'm not This is not favoritism. These are I've got 2 years of data here. Wildcats and Cougars. That's a theme for the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight. So birds and dogs. Pathetic showing from the birds and the dogs. The Elite Eight. In the South, there was one cat, one human. In the West, there was one unique, one human. In the East, there was one unique and one human. In the Midwest, one cat, one dog. Humans ended up being the most in the Elite Eight. This is the second year in a row the most non-unique mascot went the furthest. Last year, it was dogs, I think, that went the furthest. This year, the humans had the most that weren't the unique ones, and they went the furthest. So just tuck that away when we tally these up for next year. Cats, Cougars seem to be the safest bet if you're going to bet Cougars. If you're going to bet a cat to go really far, pick a Cougar. So don't pick Bulldogs, pick a Cougar.
Stiff or small?
Cougar or Tigers? Cougar or Tigers, those are your safest bets for the Cats. Any thoughts on the games, boys? Because I'm about to go through a bunch of notes and stats that bunch of fun facts that I had from the tournament. So we've got. Well, let's go through the fun facts first, and then we'll talk about the games. How about that?
Sure.
With Duke reaching the Final Four tonight, the conference with the most Final Four appearances in the past 5 men's NCAA tournaments, the ACC. In the past 10 tournaments, the ACC. In the past 15 tournaments, the ACC. In the past 20 tournaments, the ACC. In the past 25 tournaments, the ACC. The SEC. Oh, shut up. The ACC still has the most Final Four tournament appearances in the last 25 years. Book it.
So I don't know if you boys have just realized this. AK has played his hand.
What do you mean?
Because in football, he says the ACC they're just top heavy. They're just top heavy. Blah blah blah. I was talking all this junk. The ACC for years has been top heavy in basketball. And now that it's clearly pointed out that there's only one or two teams that gets there, sometimes they get a lucky, when those two teams lose, a third team slips in once every 10 years.
Every now and then you get a Louisville or a Syracuse.
Yep. But he played his hand. He's an ACC guy.
I told you my hand. Every conference is top heavy. They all have 3 or 4 teams that are good. That's it. I've said that for years. Yes, I played my hand. I took Texas whiteboard, wrote it all over his giant whiteboard, bigger than a 75-inch TV at Amazon, and I wrote every conference is top heavy. There's 2 or 3 good teams. So you just admitted that I was right. So you played your hand.
What you need is that giant whiteboard in the background to get rid of that 215 you got still hanging up.
I've got 2 of them if you guys want one. I got 2 of them.
Dude. Custom I got one right here.
Yeah.
So, here's another fact for all the SEC people. Half of the Elite Eight, everybody was saying. They've got 4 of the Elite Eight. Fun fact, the ACC already did this in 2016 with only 7 bids. The SEC needed double the bids to produce the same result. Additionally, 2024, the ACC had 3 teams in the Elite Eight while only getting 5 bids. So this idea that the SEC is rewriting the record books is out of control.
Well, they did the same thing for the ACC back then.
They do it for all. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah,
they want.
Right now, you're just recency bias. I mean, it's not even really. It's not really fair because they two of them played each other. They could have had 5 in there. But Kentucky and Tennessee played each other.
Yeah. They could have. I think it could have been all 4 of them could have been in the Final Four. They had a chance to have all 4.
Yeah.
Of them.
Yes.
If it would have been Florida,
they were 2 and 2. They were 2 and 2 today. That's their minimum. They're 50% every time.
It's crazy.
They're 2 and 2.
You mean to tell me that Kentucky, Tennessee, 500, both of them?
Yeah.
I bet you
in that game.
Did the SEC have a losing record in this tournament? That's what I want to know.
Well, they're gonna have if one of them doesn't win the championship, they'll have 14 losses because they had 14 teams in the tournament. So if one of them doesn't win the championship, they'll have 14 losses. I don't know how many wins they have though.
Okay.
I don't know how to calculate 2 teams in the Final Four with how many wins they'll have plus the other wins that teams might have had.
Hey, I don't know. That's too much for my brain because I'm not a math guy, clearly. But here were the games this weekend. We had Florida and Texas Tech. Oh my gosh, dude. That game, you guys probably don't watch. You may not or may not have watched it, but that game was bananas. I think Texas Tech was up 13 or something with like 3 or 4 minutes to go, and Florida hit like 4 or 5 straight threes. It was something stupid, and Florida does it again. Like Texas Tech, that will haunt them forever, probably. So that was pretty bad, but. Shout out to Florida for pretty much just being dead. Undertaker memeing themselves back to life. It was, dude. Every time they hit a 3, I wanted to tweet out just Undertaker meme coming out of the coffin. Duke, Alabama. That was weird because Duke is freaking good, dude. It doesn't. They held the nation. Yeah. Isn't Alabama like the nation's leading?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
I don't know. I took a look at the point total for that game, and I was like, there's no way that's hitting like 174 or whatever it was. And the spread was 6. I was like, nope. So I took that, the under and the spread, parlayed it. Both of them hit.
So you bet that Duke would cover.
Bet the Duke would cover. And spread, they were going to go under the game.
Duke is so long.
They'd have to score 80 and 90 points. It was crazy. Like 170 something was crazy.
Well, they got everybody because they both scored over 100 or more just before that. So
it looks like they were 15-7 going into the Sweet 16.
15-7.
Yes.
The SEC.
Yes, going into the Sweet 16.
Ooh, B. McCormick told everybody, drop in on Duke. They were plus 450 to win the whole thing. He did say that. So Duke was
not over yet, dude. Not over yet.
They never looked back. I mean, all these games kind of sucked except for the Florida and Texas Tech game. That game was fun. That was a fun game to watch. That one guy, what's his name? Clayton. Tarzan meme. Clayton. I just kept tweeting that out every time he made a 3. He was clutch. And then you had Houston and Tennessee. I didn't get to watch much of this game because I was out doing stuff outside. And Houston never trailed in this game. Tennessee scored 50. These are 2 of the best defensive teams, Duke and Houston, playing each other. So that game is going to be about 45-50. And then Auburn and Michigan State. Michigan State could never bring it close. I mean, I don't really know what else to say about these. Auburn's huge, dude. They have some big dudes on their team. That little guard's electric.
This year?
Do what?
Did App beat them this year or was that last year?
It was last year. I know what you're talking about. It's last year.
Wow.
So, anyways, Final Four set, boys. What do you think? All 1 seeds. I got some stats on that too. Duke favored by 4.5. Florida favored by 2.5. So
I think it's a shame that the 2 SEC schools are playing each other. Give us a shot. Give us a shot for all SEC final.
You're a Clemson guy, dude.
He's half Georgia, half Clemson is what he is.
BS, dude.
House divided, dude. Give us a shot, dude. Give us a shot at all.
ACC
final.
And SEC. You can't lose, man. You get 1 on each. Look at you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Also, I also have family that lives in Houston.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
What if G.U.Y.S shows up next podcast with ACC hat on?
Rob Lowe, that thing.
Rob Lowe, ACC.
It's just going to be half ACC,
what?
half SEC.
What?
Oh, ACC Network.
That's dumb.
Did you say ACC?
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, so Auburn and Florida, Duke, Houston. Josh says, "Please for the life of me, Duke, not to make it." You're crazy, dude. Josh, they're you can't sit here and tell me that they're not good.
That's
Duke
AK's
is good.
team.
No.
Yes, for everybody that didn't know, he's a Duke fan. He's a Dookie.
Okay.
He's the original Eric Church flip-flopping.
Dude, he's gone down. What is his deal, man? With this UNC stuff. He wrote a song with Tar Heel Blue in it. Unbelievable, man.
Hey, that's the path he chose. That's fine.
What do you think of the tournament overall? Because actually, by the way, I told you that Texas Tech was a thruster waiting to be thrusted. I mean, is anybody surprised we have all one?
I think the tournament. I mean, I can't say I'm surprised or not surprised because I didn't watch enough basketball to give an intelligent opinion on it. But from knowing tournaments have passed and remembering calls from announcers, it just, to me, there hasn't been enough big moments.
Madness.
Yeah.
There's no madness.
Madness. There hasn't been enough of that to pique my interest. I mean, I didn't watch a single game this weekend. Now I had some family stuff going on that I was watching or, doing, and I just didn't. But there hasn't been that type of tournament. There's been one game-winning walk-off shot.
And it took to the Sweet 16, didn't it?
Yeah. No, it was
Maryland.
Last Sunday. Yeah, it was last Sunday. The round of 32.
So I totally agree with that. There was no madness. We didn't have any Jack Golke. We didn't have any Steph Curry. We didn't have any what's his name, McDermott, or the dude from St. Peter's.
No group of 5 team making a deep run.
Yeah, that's what Josh said. Very subpar. They said no one ranked 11 or higher made it to the Sweet 16. The NIL, of course, the NIL is going to tear it. That's what's going to happen. Like
I said this last episode, and I'll stick to it though. But like the lack of passion from the announcers just kills me. I'm not I'm not a live or die watching a game by the announcer person, but for games that haven't held true to the madness, as you say, like you got to have some enthusiasm to still get the people into the game, and it just hasn't been there.
Yeah, when you get
everybody wants to just talk or toss it to their analyst to tell a story or something. I'm just like, come on, like let me get a Devendorf from the parking lot. It doesn't matter what the score is. If he's shooting a 3 like that, I don't know. Just give me something.
I agree.
What if Doc came back for the Final Four, dude? That would be great.
Wait, who?
Doc Ermey from the hockey.
Oh gosh,
the
yes.
Frozen Four.
They need so. It's just I don't know. It just stinks.
CBS could be 100% in on Gus Johnson.
There you go. What happened to the Raycon Sports Types announcer? There's just too much access that it causes overstimulation. Well, that's the thing. They get all hyped up and trying to jam all this other stuff into the broadcast because they're trying to sell airtime to people. And so it's probably all money that just kind of chops everything up. We got to cut it here and got to cut it there.
It's less about the game, more about whatever.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could count on there were the Texas Tech game with Florida. That was fun. Florida UConn was a good game, and then it was Maryland with the buzzer beater. But that was it. But it was all the late night games. That's where all the madness was.
What happened with Arkansas? Didn't Arkansas blow a 16-point lead?
Yeah, they who was it that went on a 16-3 run?
Texas Tech, right?
Tech. Yeah. Texas Tech. So that was fun. That was a fun watch. So basically Texas Tech was the most electric team in the tournament. So I don't know. There was no madness. I'm sad. It was March sadness. Tex, anything?
We still got a week.
Yeah, I still got Houston in there. I got Houston winning it, so.
Not about you, about America, dude. So, but Josh said I was just thinking about what happened to SportsCenter just being highlight. Dude, there was, oh my gosh, there was a guy that was calling the Houston game, and then they had to cut over to Michigan State, and he goes from H to the Izzo, and they sent it back to that. That's that was pretty good. Stuart Scott would be I'm
with Josh on that. Like, back in the day, you would have SportsCenter running every hour, at the facility or while you're at your apartment getting ready, whatever. Like, you're just watching it on repeat. Now it's like you got to search for it in the search bar. You can't even find it because all the talk shows.
Another good moment was someone said, I don't know who Kevin Sampson is from Houston. And Houston retweeted it and said, it's Kelvin. Hold this L that you forgot to put in there. Roasted him.
Got him.
What happened?
Love that.
They corporatized basketball, dude. That's what they did. NIL has made the NCAA March Madness tournament a corporate event. It's going to turn into the Super Bowl, where you go to the event and it's just going to be a bunch of people who haven't watched a football game all year, and Lear jets everywhere just landing.
That's the Final Four.
I know.
That's the Final Four. That's why me and my dad don't go anymore.
They've made it a corporate event where it's, we paid all this money, so we get to see, we'll come in at the end and watch them play at the end. But I don't know.
That's where you take clients.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe we should get Final Four tickets.
We should. We should apply. Should we get credentials?
Yeah,
here's the updated bracket. Aaron Meadows is in first. Bodie's in second. Vodzilla. There's some madness that could still happen here. There's a lot of people within reach because
Butch.
You got Butch is up there. You got a couple of some jabroni tried to join late. It's been screwed everything up.
Hackers.
There's our guy. There's our guy right here, Mr. Moneylines.
I'm getting sick and tired of Mr. Moneyline's not handing out picks.
So E-Man, I know who that is. So we got people who've got. It's really going to turn on who wins this thing. Because I'm seeing some Florida, some Auburn, some Houstons, and Dukes. Like that's where everything's littered here. So if Houston ends up winning it, Harrison Montauk is going to be looking good. But hey, shout out to everybody who joined this thing. 143 people.
I'm just glad I'm not dead last.
Hey, your boy made a comeback all the way to 113. I need Duke to win this thing so I can crack the top 100.
What do you come back out of 140?
Hey, I can get 1320 up in this thing, dude. I'm not that far out of it. You just see me next week. You see me next week when I get this thing right. Anyways, all right. Anything else on? Hold on. Anything else on the tournament aside? I do have some other fun facts just of the actual number one seed stuff, or all the number ones making it. It's actually pretty cool stuff. All right, here we go. Oh, this was one of my favorite pictures of the night. Texas Tech having a 96% chance with like 3 minutes to go.
And then pew.
And then straight off a cliff. So Texas Tech, up by 11 with 250 and then lost. All right, we don't need to go anymore over the ACC.
Oh, let's skip. What did you say?
Oh, 2020. Okay, you want to do this? 2025 SEC had 14 bids, 4 Elite 8 teams. 2016, 7 bids, 4 Elite 8 teams for the ACC. 2009, the Big East, 7 bids, 4 Elite 8 teams. Best season a conference ever had. It ends up barely matching the Elite 8 team record set by conferences who had half the amount of bids. Is that what you wanted? You happy now?
What did they do in the Final Four?
I didn't find anything on that. Do you know?
That's what I did.
Oh, okay. Well, don't act like you won then.
Well, I just think it's funny. Your research stops
when the Final Four gets here. We'll have that data.
It's here.
You said, how did they do in the Final Four? That means
how did they do to get to the Final Four?
That's not what you said. You said, how did they do in the final?
Here we go.
Check the tape. Check the tape, dude. Oh, all right. All 4 number 1 seeds made the Final Four for the second time in history. No more than 2 made the Final Four in each of the past 8 tournaments. So this is only the second time it's ever happened. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it was like not too long ago, right? 17 or 16 or something.
Yeah, right here. Here you go. For the second time in history, Final Four will be all 1 seeds. Here's how this year's Final Four has compared to the last 15 years. These are the seed totals, meaning if you add up all the seed totals, you would get 4 because there was only 1 seeds in this one. As in comparison, 2023, the total was 23. Shout out Tex. 2011 was 26. I thought this was a pretty cool graphic showing you that how much parity there used to be until they started instituting NIL money into the equation. Back when basketball was great. Any comments on this?
Yeah, this is the first year that's like really been different.
Mm-hmm.
In 2012, they didn't have NIL money. There's 9. 2015,
there was 26
NIL money didn't exist.
26 a year before. So 18
this is
the year
the first
after.
year that has been 18. different.
They're finally figuring it out, dude. People had to get their NIL collective together. Okay. When did NIL even start? Like 2023?
You're reaching here. You're reaching.
San Antonio loves 1 seeds. The only 2 men's tournaments to feature an all number 1 seed Final Four both occurred in San Antonio.
Question.
What?
And this is solely based on Charles Barkley's analysis of San Antonio. Is it that only the 1 seeds love San Antonio, or is it that none of the other seeds want to go to San Antonio?
Remember the Alamo.
Just saying, based on what Charles Barkley says, not us, about San Antonio.
I also want to say that if I'm the 2025 participants, I am super jealous of that 2008 logo. Look at that thing. Yeah, cowboy hat.
I know. Yes. Love that.
I mean, this doesn't even say San Antonio hardly down here at the bottom of this logo right here.
That's like I don't think Texas when I see that logo.
No.
In Texas, Texas is a big united front state where they got to have like a cowboy hat, cowboy boots.
That would make a sweet belt buckle, though.
It looks like a bar sign.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking New Mexico.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not thinking Texas. Let's ask our resident Texas person.
Tex, as your name is Tex, which logo is better, the 2008 or the 2012?
Top one.
Okay.
Top one.
Can't confirm. Debate settled.
The only thing that would have made it better is that cowboy hat was white.
Like Beyonce, #1 country album?
No.
Like the
nice
guy who runs out on the
Stetson hat's a white hat.
Cowboy Carter.
You remember that hat that we sent you that was like the top of the cowboy hat but had a bill like a regular hat?
Yes, I love that. I want that hat.
That hat was filth.
Not me, dude.
I love that hat.
That hat is filth. So basically what we decided is that the logos have gotten substantially worse. Let's go back and look at the other logos.
They're like the Super Bowl logos. Like, it was so much better.
They were. Look at this.
That's also just us getting old.
Look at 2011 with the Astros.
Houston.
Yeah. Is that Houston?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there you go.
NASA.
Oh.
I think I was at that one.
Houston's
humble brag.
NASA's in Houston. Houston, we have a problem. There you go. Got it. I thought it was in Florida.
I mean, a lot of them are they started going. They started going to like 4 same places, and that's kind of like why my dad and I stopped going. Like, how many times can we go to Indianapolis, Arizona, New Orleans?
Well, I mean, we all know why.
San Antonio is one of the only places I haven't gone to that it's been.
They're trying to maximize, getting people there for financial gain. Like everything they do now that's all it is. Don't corporate my sports. Let's put it that way. One coach will win their first ever national championship as a head coach. This is just the second time since 2001 that this has happened. I did not read that before. I thought I was going to say the second time it's ever happened, but so it wasn't that long ago. Love those stats. Shout out DraftKings. Anything on that? No.
I thought the Houston guy had probably won.
Kelvin?
I don't even know who the Florida guy is.
What's his Golden. Is it Todd Golden? Yeah.
Bruce Pearl's the man.
People like him.
He needs one. He should have gotten one in Tennessee. He needs one. He's the man.
Dude, how about what's his face? Yeah, Todd Golden. He's only 39. By the way.
That's the year.
Hey, we'll find out. I
can't vote for Florida though. Married to a Georgia girl. I can't do Florida.
Oh, my neighborhood is beside the Ben Stadium and is fully turning over for the World Cup and NCAA next year. Oh, whoa. Whoa.
Interesting.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, you're going to have to keep us updated on that, dude. Anything else on the Final Four? Tex, who do you like?
Houston.
Edge, who do you like? Seeing as you're really good at picking these because you were out day one.
Yeah, I'm a good Duke.
G.U.Y.S.
See, Edge went Duke because he stays in the ACC. I go Auburn because Auburn is Clemson without Lakes.
And their logo used to be the same, kind of.
True.
I just need Butch P to tell me that Houston's in trouble.
Yes, that was hilarious. Oh, by the way,
NASA, we got a problem?
No, just Houston's in trouble. That way it'll jinx Dukes.
When he said Texas, who did he say Florida's in trouble? And then they went on like a 16-3 run.
That's because if you go back and look at our tournament, Butch has Florida winning it.
Oh, he trying
reversed. Yeah.
That was a verbal screenshot.
Yeah.
That's what he tried to do.
Yep.
By the way, Tex, in your face, I told you all the overs were going to hit.
They didn't all hit.
They did the one night.
No, it was just the first 2 games.
And then they did the one night, though, at one time.
No, it was just the first 2 games of the night. Yeah, you remember that one time, the first 2 games? And I bet the second 2 games and hit those. I hit the unders on those. And then I hit the under in the other game. So it's like having one time.
The way that they were hitting, though, was outrageous.
Remember that one?
The way that they were hitting was outrageous. We had the walk-on dunk a bucket for the Florida early, and then we had the Ole Miss.
What was the game that the under hit on that bull crap? That the over didn't hit on that bull crap half court three-pointer. I was like, I was sitting laying it. I was watching with my wife, and I was like, well, it hit, and I was like, yes, it hit. And they missed that basket. I was like, yes. But it went in, and I was like, when did it go in? Did we miss something? Did it go in? I thought it missed. I was celebrating my 20-cent win.
Michigan State.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Was that the
like,
Steph Curry? Wait a minute,
this is 70-73. What?
That was, because Ole Miss was a 3.5-point underdog. And then it was the over, too, because the over was 142.5. And it hit 143, and Ole Miss covered because of that.
143. Yes.
Incredible. So incredible. That was awesome. All right.
Somebody won because of that.
Do what?
Somebody won their bet because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody hit the over because of that game.
Me. Between that and the walk-on from Florida who scored a meaningless bucket, and then somebody had to go into overtime for it to get. That was awesome. It was the overs were hitting in just crazy ways. I was so hyped up. Okay. Let's move on to baseball. The Yankees. Yes, the Yankees have a literal genius MIT physicist, Lenny, who is the man on payroll. He invented the torpedo barrel. It brings more wood and mass to where you most often make contact as a hitter. The idea is to increase the number of barrels and decrease misses. So basically, they probably had all kinds of technology on their baseball bats, showed where they were hitting most of the time, and then said, let's just make that area a little bit thicker so that the baseball will recoil off of that. Now, I'm not an MIT physicist, but I would assume that's kind of a very similar synopsis.
Tell you how much worse.
Is that by player?
You can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up a bull's carcass. But I'll take the butcher's word for it.
How are you just now figuring that out, though? I mean, I thought we knew that for years.
Wasn't there a Seinfeld episode that?
I mean, baseball bats are like golf clubs. Like, you can take the bat and see where the ball hits the bat the most.
Yeah, well, that too.
Can you change the shape of the bat? Is this legal? Is this baseball legal?
The barrel's bigger. Look at it's like hitting an aluminum bat now.
Well, obviously it's legal if they're doing it. But what I'm saying though is like, do y'all remember those fungo bats back in the day? Like how it's like skinny handle, and then you had like much room to hit. You know, like it's the same.
Basically, what this is.
Yeah, like this. Take all the weight out of the handle, put it in the barrel, send it. Like, why are we just now figuring that out? You had to get somebody from MIT to tell you that?
George Costanza did it back in a Seinfeld episode.
So people were using cork like idiots.
Yeah, so it makes it's really weird. Here's another one that they moved more of the wood into the label. Like, look at this thing. Like the end is skinnier and the middle is bulky. It looks like
looks like a table leg.
It looks like it's a left-hander and a right-hander's bat. You just pick what side you want to hold.
It looks like a bowling pin is what it looks like.
Yeah, I would say that. Bowling pin and a table leg.
Like, is this cheating?
Like, I mean, the Yankees got enough money to do it.
I'm sure a thickness rule. It can only be so thick. It doesn't matter which part of the barrel is that thick, but it only can be so thick. I don't know.
It looks like every shape of every like dad who gets into his mid-30s. Basically, it's just like we're just going to move all of our mass to the middle of my body here, and then
it looks like that picture I sent you guys.
That way, if somebody, they basically just made a dad bod bat.
If that bat had nipples, it would be my body.
I'm about to make a meme. It's just like, I'm going to take your midsection from there and put it on the barrel of a bat and just be like, look.
Take the wedding picture of J.U.Y.S planked out.
Oh, my gosh. So
just put Bill's head on the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, here you go. That's what they did. They just like, hey, we're just going to give this bat a beer belly and be like, that's not a beer belly, but that's a fuel tank for an ass whooping machine. They hit 9 home runs. They hit 8 home runs in one day.
Jeez.
So I think they had another big game today. Crazy, dude. I don't know. It looks weird. It doesn't look right. How did they get them made so fast?
Dude, they've had that made. I bet they gave that bat to every player on the roster in the offseason so they could practice with it. So now, like, they're not just learning how to hit that bat, in 2 weeks of spring training. These guys had all offseason with that bat.
You know what they did? They made it shaped like a football. Of course they did. That's why they're going to try to get more people to watch.
Hey, football's back. Football's back. Started today.
Hey,
XFL.
let's go football, dude. It's a football bat.
Dude, that's an inside joke. Oh, man. Some of the guys in my PT class that they used to call, when they were on one, they said they had a football bat. Now they really do have one. It's basically a football. They're like, how can we captivate America? Let's just subliminally shape it like a football. and then everybody.
Does that make baseball back?
I don't know.
Yes. How do we bring baseball back? Football.
Bring football with it. Hey, Wyatt Earp this thing. Football's coming, and football's coming with it.
Baseball's coming and football's coming with me. That's what you mean. Baseball's coming and football's coming with it.
Print the shirts, Wyatt Earp.
Day of the U.S. or whatever it's called.
Wait, what'd you say?
Past weekend.
Yeah, it was opening day today.
It was an opening day for football.
Yeah,
UFL.
Oh yeah. Kalen Ballage is still playing. I've been in basketball brain. Sorry, until I saw a football bat. I cannot wait to just quote tweet this exactly what we just said.
Just a few more weeks and football's back.
That's awesome. That's going to be great. So, okay. And the final one is actually football. Hey, look who's here. Brandon, no news on the Commanders, so he's probably mad Duke's in the Final Four, so. Oh, yeah, B. McCormick said the Tua helmet. I forgot to put that in there.
Dude, are you serious? Like 7 people sent it to you.
Well, nobody says put this in there. You literally have to spell out the directions.
Hey, put it in there. Put it in the show.
I can do it right now.
I sent it to you. Butch sent it to you. B. McCormick sent it to you.
Okay. All right. So the final news: ESPN original series of the Kansas City Chiefs is in development. Multi-part docuseries will explore the franchise's storied history and remarkable modern-day dynasty.
Docuseries?
Is that what you just said?
Docuseries. Is it a charcuterie board up in there? Like what?
Is that what it really says? Docuseries?
Docuseries, yeah.
No.
Why in the docuseries?
Dude, whenever there was another word that used to whoop my what too was Q-U-E-U, whatever it is. I used to say my wife. I said, yeah, put that. I had that in my quay, and she's like, "You're what?"
In your queue.
And she's like, that's not how you pronounce that. And I was like, oh.
I had that in my quay. What are you, Migos?
It's how it's spelled.
The Kiwi.
Yeah, the Kiwi. Kiwi. Football bat me.
What is GIF?
GIF.
Sure it's not Jiffy?
I'm not the guy to ask, obviously. I said docuseries. It's French. Did you know that? It's French. Okay.
That ball.
This made a lot of people mad because all I said under this was, oh, now it all makes sense. They needed an actual script for their movie. People got really mad at me about that, especially Chiefs fans. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Good joke. Why don't you find some? Of course you have a podcast. Why don't you guys find some new material, you bunch of losers? I'm like, it's a joke, guys.
And you wonder why you keep getting canceled.
Dude, it's a joke. It's a great time joke. They literally are making a movie about this team, and then it wrote itself. If you have a movie, you have a script, do you not? So,
well, this isn't a movie; it's a docuseries, so it's more reality than a movie.
But is there a script?
No. I mean, there a lot of times there's a narration which involves a script. So I wouldn't say there's not a script, but the narration isn't written until after the show's already produced.
Oh. Okay. Well, are you going to watch it?
But there is a Hallmark movie the Bills are going to be associated with.
Oh, you don't say.
So, script. But let's get one thing straight.
Go ahead. Get it straight.
Who was the first person to say Bills win the Super Bowl this year to have the opening game of their new stadium 2026? I did call that earlier.
I'm just saying, how can you keep making movies? They haven't done anything. He's
Dude,
so distracted. There's no way they're winning the Super Bowl.
It's a Damar Hamlin movie.
Oh, no, it's not.
It is. They put his picture with the thing that said Hallmark.
It's got to be if it's on Hallmark. It's got to be something to try to make
it's Josh Allen and his girlfriend. They're making a movie about Josh Allen and his girlfriend to rival the Travis Kelce Taylor Swift movie. This is not Damar Hamlin.
Come on, dude. Don't
do that. Don't patronize him. Be a man. Your quarterback is too distracted making freaking movies that they're not going to win a Super Bowl.
He's not making a movie.
He's probably filming it during the AFC Championship. It was going to release this year.
Next year.
Whatever. Don't get mad. Tell your quarterback to stay on task.
Hey, yours is the one that got married before he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
your quarterback's played in a Super Bowl.
Your quarterback's busy filming John Deere commercials instead of worried about football.
Josh Allen would have played in 4 Super Bowls if he had the supporting cast that Purdy had.
Whatever, dude.
Here we go. We got it.
There it is. See, all you got to do is tell me. Look at this. Text, thoughts. He looks like Tua Tagovailoa.
Yep.
First of all, could you imagine? Yep.
A picture of Tua Tagovailoa with an absolute. Looks like Juggernaut's helmet.
Why is this not a middle linebacker's get up right now? That's what
I was thinking that too, Edge. Like, if my middle linebacker looked like that, I'm all in. I don't want my quarterback looking.
Somebody call LeVar Arrington and tell him to unretire right now so he can wear this.
His son is playing at Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State. He's wearing number 11. Sticks.
Oh, he's the new number 11?
Yeah.
Dude, they can't do this because this will make
them Sticks because it goes with 11. 2 skinny ones.
Yeah.
They can't do this. They cannot do this. Because
LeVar started the number 11 at Penn State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like LSU 7.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But they can't do this. They can't do this. LSU, yeah. But he looks like that minion, like the Mega Minions from Despicable Me 4.
Yes. Yeah, he does. If your linebacker showed up, though, if I'm just thinking for myself, if I wore this and I'm absolutely using my helmet for everything now. I'm becoming a human missile, and I'm probably gonna have a broke spine in the middle of a game because of it or something. But
well, they said they can't do stuff like this because the force would be too concentrated. Like I've read into this. Like they can't do stuff like this, like these helmets like that just taper into the shoulder pads.
The Guardian caps.
Because gosh, dude, no, they don't guard anything. They guard nothing. They're the Leviosa Wind Guardian caps because they're all made up magic, hocus pocus, bunch of garbage.
Ignite the dynamite.
But anyways, BS. Tua would never wear that.
Nah, he's a football player.
That guy. Okay.
That he looks like a created guy on NCAA.
For real.
Yeah.
I just can't stop seeing the
big cowboy collar.
Yeah.
Can't stop seeing Despicable Me. All right. Let me pull this off because I don't even know where we're at anymore. Let's cover some golf, and then we got some hang the banners. And that's pretty much it. Let's go over this tournament here real quick. Let's what music do we hit for that? Oh, Dad, blame it. I forgot the shambles meter.
Oh, yeah. Of course you did.
All right, let's go. Skip it.
Nope, too late. Number 4, the 49ers. Edge, you said this. Why?
Well, I mean, because the Niners are in shambles until the end of next season. They're just always in shambles, so they deserve to be a permanent number ranked 4.
Wow. I like that take.
That's bull. No, that's BS. We're not going to do that.
Well, you put it up there, so obviously we are.
Yeah, you're right. I did.
Until further notice.
Number 4.
Dude, whenever he said that, I was like, "Oh, he must have seen something I didn't see."
Like we should replace RG3 with the Niners.
You just put an SF in there.
Everybody has access to the shambles meter. You all have
we don't have it though without RG3's face.
So put some over it.
All right. What's number 3?
Maryland, because their coach left. Also, honorable mention was Patrick Mahomes because Texas Tech lost and he keeps losing, and it's hilarious. Maryland head coach Kevin Willard is going to Villanova, and everybody's really mad at him. So
I don't understand that move.
I don't
Villanova private,
more money,
but I don't know. I feel like there's more potential at Maryland than there is Villanova. Yeah. I know Villanova's a better basketball school, but there's potential more money at Maryland than Villanova.
Mm-hmm.
The Maryland, apparently, the report was he was complaining that they weren't giving him what he wanted. So,
what has he done to prove that he deserves that? He had he had a team that led by a freshman make the tournament this year. Like I don't know.
Here's it from JBR Bracketology, who's knows his basketball, knows ball. He said that Kevin Willard lied to his players, lied to the MD administration, lied to the boosters, lied to the local media, lied to the national media, blamed the media for fabricating the Villanova rumors, forced out the AD, publicly threw the university under the bus, skipped the team dinner before the Sweet 16, ruined the entire Sweet 16 experience for Maryland, all the while had already signed a term sheet to the Villanova and verbally accepted the job. Then after that, Willard says he regrets nothing.
But there's two sides to this, right? Like, one, what point, like we talked about earlier, do you tamper with coaches while they're playing? Because if he's looking out for his career, which I'm sure he is, and probably following money, at what point does everybody sit there and say, "Hold on, Villanova, don't talk to our coach or any other coaches until everybody's done playing it, and then hit them up in the off season"? What benefit is it going right now? That's
what the NFL does.
Right. That's what I'm saying though. Like, this is the same way right now because, now he's going to get blamed for trash in Maryland season. And he may have, already cashed out and I'm out of here. I don't care. I'm sure there's probably a little bit of that, but you can't sit there and say this guy's a liar, 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 liar when he was already been tampered with probably before the Sweet 16 and probably before March Madness even came. He was getting phone calls about going somewhere.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that. And I think a lot of it has to do with this whole transfer portal deal,
right?
Because it opens when the Sweet 16 starts. So it's important for these coaches and the new school for Villanova to know that, hey, this is going to be our coach. So he's not here yet because his team's still playing, but he's going to be our coach next year. So you should come to our school. And it's all bullshit, man. I don't know. Everything's messed up right now. There's no guardrails. There's no nothing.
This is where everybody gets in front and says there has to be rules.
Yeah,
and there does.
Nobody can make the rules because the NCAA doesn't have control. The NCAA uses their cash cow of the tournament to do the things they do, but they have no control over any of the sports right now.
Yeah, I mean, this everybody gets up and, we need rules. And it's like, here's what you should do. You shouldn't be able to talk to anybody until the postseason's done. It's really simple, honestly. If you just establish those rules, don't talk to anybody until the postseason's done in any sport. Let the season
they got to move the transfer portal stuff too.
Yeah, but wait till it's all done.
What's the difference of starting the transfer portal now versus
that's my point, yeah.
At the end of the semester, kids can't leave a school right now. They can't start the next school until the fall semester. So it's like, what's the point of doing all that until at least the tournament's over?
It's very simple. Like, it's not
Same
that
with
difficult.
football.
But this guy, it's gonna happen all the time. Everyone's like, "Oh, coaches can do it, so players should be able to." It's like, I don't want anybody to do it. So if you're on that boat too, shut up. I don't want any of them doing it. I want them all to. When the thing opens, you should have to sign a contract. I don't care who you are, and you should fulfill that destiny, fulfill that contract. And then if you want it to be scaled while you're there, go ahead and sign it in. Hey, if I hit these markers at year 1, these markers at year 2, this is what you pay me. Like, the problem is everybody wants to go get recruited again over and over and over again. Our human dumb brains want to be rewarded all the time. It literally is a physiological effect that we want.
At what point, though, do people that actually uphold the contracts, and say, you're going to pay me this money back?
Yeah, that's what has to happen.
They get that money paid back. That's what the buyouts are.
Well, I get that.
That's what
I get that. But instead saying, we're not taking this money from anybody. Like, you are responsible. For example, if you have a credit card, right, and you run up, say, I don't know, $10,000 in your credit card bill, you're not going to go, hey, I'll go take this new job if you can pay off my credit card bill, because the company's going to look at you like, well, dude, that's on you, big dog. Like, that's
depends on how bad they want you, though.
I don't know. I would sit there.
And if you're that good, they might say, all right, we'll pay your $10,000 credit card bill because you're supposed to get us, to where we need to be.
We're investing in you to give us more money.
Yeah.
Like, the potential of getting us more money.
That was a good analogy, though. I like that.
What's number 2?
That's a good one. Basketball coaches are going to go to the Big East because the House settlement is going to allow the Big East to fund more money toward basketball than football. True. Basketball is the king in Villanova. That's a great point. Number 2 is the Hartford Yard Goats, who they actually ended up following us because I was like, how do we sponsor this? That's why they're on the shambles meter, because Tex is going to be sniffing them out. They'll float your goat, a 1/4 pound all beef hot dog with chopped peppers, onions, bacon, brown mustard, submerged in a glass of 100% goat milk.
That's disgusting. Has anybody
That
had
is
goat?
Gross.
Just bacon in the sun. A sandwich of goat milk.
Yeah, you're just having a big old glass of milk there at a 109-degree stadium.
Oh,
so refreshing.
I actually interacted with him and said, how do we sponsor this? How do we get our name on the glass? Be like, every time you puke your guts out with this all beef hot dog, you're like, oh, what is this? And it's just the Millie Goats logo on right beside the Yard Goats.
The only thing that saves this is you can make a goat snake. It's the only thing that saves it.
Oh gosh.
Number 1, the Ontario boys. You guys know about the Ontario boys?
No,
dog.
Group of 3 guys that were college buddies. I think they were college golfers. They had planned to fly to a golf tournament. I think it was the Players. And something ended up happening. Their flight got canceled. And so, no, maybe it was somewhere, but their flight got canceled. And they ended up just driving the 37 hours anyways to go see one of their boys was playing. That's what it was, in a tournament. And that story got huge. So they basically just dropped everything, got in the car, rode 37 hours to go to a golf tournament. Well, now they're on an absolute heater because they got to go to the Players. They just stayed in Florida because one of their boys was playing. They stayed in Florida. They got to go to the Players. They got to go to the TGL playoffs. And now they get to go to the Masters. All because they said, I'm packing up and I'm going with the boys.
Love that.
But the guy that's in shambles is the guy who didn't go from the group, number 4. They're getting to do all this. They're doing a vlog of the Masters. They're about to be world famous. And one of their boys didn't pull the trigger with him. So he's got to be in absolute shambles right now.
Oh my goodness.
At this point, can he join the group or no? Or do they have to ride without him?
No, you got to ride without him.
Oh,
see, I feel like this is usually me. It's like y'all are going out and doing all the cool shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got to go to work. I'm sorry. And all I sit back and see the pictures next day in the group chat, and I'm just like, oh, I hate my life. What am I doing?
Like, Well, it's you could go next year, but this year he can't go. Like it's a ride or die for the season.
It's true. Like they're going to the Masters. Crazy. Just because they packed up and said, for the boys.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Shout out to Monday Q Info because they're the ones that set them up with tickets. Because I think Monday Q Info, Aces of the Golf, said, hey, anybody who wants tickets to this tournament, I have them. And they said, we'll get them. How do we get there? And they drove like 37 hours. Here's the big announcement, boys. Oh, hey, Isaac's here. What's up, dude? On Football Podcast. Getting into golf. Big announcement. Our guy, Michael Kim, finished, I think tied for, I can't remember what he tied for. He was top. He was 31 the first time I looked. But anyways, he made the top 50. And now he did it, and he is qualified for the Masters. And we will be interviewing him next week at some point. Haven't ironed out the details, but this is going to be a fun interview because there's going to be so many good questions. Any thoughts, boys?
It's exciting.
Yes.
Is this his first trip to the Masters?
I think it is, yeah.
It's awesome.
What's his first media event? It's going to be with us.
Nice. We're going to scar you for life.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to start with the best.
That's right. The Houston Open, ladies and gentlemen, Minwoo Lee, the chef, was cooking. He held on. I think he won at 20 under. He got a little shaky there.
Dude, I thought I jinxed him for real.
Dude.
Because I sent you that text, and I said he's about to take the W, and then he goes to the next tee and drills it kadoink into the pond. And I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no. Like
it was like a golden tee, like tee shot. One just absolute duck hook to the right.
Looks like Tex out there just going straight to the water. Get your scuba gear because I mean it was done. And then you had Scheffler just like straight drills it down there, and I was like, oh no, like he's holding off the greatest golfer in the world, and all of a sudden, it's neck to neck because he just took a 2-shot penalty and had to re-tee it up. I'm like, golly, I thought he
was about to melt down, dude. With Scotty breathing down his back. Oh,
yeah, and God, Scotty was hot too, dude. I mean, he was just drilling it straight and dead on. And
Scotty was putting. When Scotty's putting like that, that is a dangerous man. And then dangerous man on the greens.
Then Minwoo hit one in the crowd, and I was like, "Oh boy, that's it's tapping out already too."
He's been up there like this whole year. He's been like the first couple of rounds, he'll get up there. I think it was at the Players too, or somewhere. It was one of those tournaments in Florida. I can't remember which one it was, but he was leading and then just fell apart again. So he finally got him one. That was his first win.
Yeah.
He's a crowd favorite too, man. People love that guy.
Yeah, he got excited too. That's what I like to see about golf now is, like when you take a W, like I get, it's like one of these old school sports, just take your hat off and shake hands and walk it off. But dude, I like seeing some emotion out there too. And
I do. I love it.
Even when he went to go, what was that? Like a 1-foot putt and stood over it, like he was going to read it and stuff.
Dude, that's called aim point. And I think hold on.
Let's go.
He gets to 18. Like he gets to 18 and the ball is literally like 8 inches from the hole. Cause he hit a lag putt up there off the green, which was electric. And then he gets up and does his aim point, like stands over the ball and then just steps off. He's like, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, honestly, though, if I had to do this putt to win a tournament, though, I would be nervous that I'm about to
I'd be calling that dude from the Yankees, the MIT guy, and be like, I need you to send me down a football bat that I can measure the hypotenuse with this green with.
Just that, I'd shake it hard left, and it rolls off the green or something. But
so shout out Minwoo Lee with the win. Also, shout out this tournament because they had some cool stuff. Their caddy bibs were made with the help of patients at Texas Children's.
Yeah,
the amazing dogs at Positive Play at THC and Steven Yeager's son. Check them out when you're they had some of the kids from Texas Children's Hospital drew on the back of these caddy bibs and they put the art on there. That is, boys, that's going to get me all emotional up in here, man. That's
That's
pretty cool. Woo! But so shout out to the Texas children, and also shout out to them because they keep the same rates pretty much the entire week or the entire year. So kids can go out there and play this course that's like pro level ready for like $10 or something. It's called a municipal course. It's a pretty cool event. So shout out to the Texas Children's Houston Open. Maybe one day when we're all doing these for, we do this for a living, we get to go down there and partake in this. Tex finally gets to go to Texas. Shout out to Gary Woodland, too, who shot freaking 62 today.
Dude,
what a story, man.
Dirty.
What a story. Love me some Gary Woodland.
I mean, and he had one shot where he was, within a foot from the pin, too, and he was about to make a run for it.
18, dude. He stuck it on 18.
If they had another 4 holes, he would have been a top contender. He was good.
Love to see that, dude. All right. So shout out Minwoo Lee, shout out Michael Kim, shout out Interview. We'll be doing that this week. G.U.Y.S make the damn cut parlay. I think Gracerman stunk. So all these other guys, Minwoo Lee made it, Yeager made it, Nat made it. Gracerman did not. He stunk it up. He was terrible. So that in your face didn't hit J-Bye. Here's the sexy 6-pack of golf winners. Rory finished tied for 5th. Nick Taylor missed the cut. Salindo was pretty good. Springer was really good. And then these last 2 guys missed the cut too, Montgomery and Badley. But 3 out of the 6 were pretty good. None of them won it, but Springer I thought he was going to get up there. So the 6-pack golf winners missed again. It's okay though. And then the golf guys for your DraftKings lineup, boys. We were 2 out of 5. Springer made it. You're welcome. Joel Damon made it. Snedeker did not make it. Vegas did not make it. Potgieter did not make it. Tex, what do you have to say for yourself?
I have to say that you need to change the Widowmaker standings because I should be at 3. I should be at 3.
Of course, he doesn't update that.
I would be in the lead because Dylon's first 3 don't count.
That's a good
change the standings. That's what I have to say about it. I know my guy didn't make it.
Oh, so you're about you. You're not about the name on the front. You're about the name on the back.
I'm just saying. Just change the standings.
I got it.
It's about you. He hasn't changed the standings like hasn't changed that post-it note behind him. So
that's right. That's right. Because I don't really know what episode we're on because I've done we've done some other pots. So that's the issue I'm having right now. Is I keep losing track.
Just pick a number. Just pick a number and go. Just go from there.
So technically you and I would be tied for the lead because I also have 3. So
no. When do you have 3?
Yes, I have 3. It says it right here in the standings. It says I have 3.
Is that counting from when we actually started the season?
Yes. So you and I would be tied. So take it back.
No. Is your 3 whenever we actually started the season? Whenever me and Jeb actually started playing?
Yeah. No. I have 3. I don't know when they were, but I have 3.
Okay,
I know I've won a lot.
You say you
don't know either.
Well, what Tex is trying to say is that he entered the game late, so he should get a courtesy round. That's what he's saying.
No, what I'm saying is, me and J.U.Y.S didn't start playing until the same time, which was like after football.
I would give a crap if you were the best golf DFS player, but you're not because I am because I'm the defending champion. I'm the champion.
I'm winning.
I'm the champion.
Of when?
I have the hardware.
Last year?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a new year.
Yeah, stop living in the past, dude.
Hey, you're the champ till you ain't, dude. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Exactly, you're not.
I am the reigning champion.
It's a new year.
Literally.
When
the Penguins won the Stanley Cup, like 20 years ago, I had to hear, "Oh, there's a champion!" all year. You have to hear about
because in the next year we came back and won a whole bunch of war games and then won it again.
Where are the Penguins now?
Dynasty.
Done. Yeah, DINASTY.
What you got after guys?
What?
Sorry. Yeah. Shout out Hubs, missed the cut. Dang it, Hubs. Lauer missed the cut and Novak. Our guys. We got to have him back on. This wasn't happening last year.
Is Hubs going to the Masters?
No. So I think it's top 50 official world golf rankings, top 50. go, and then there's past champions and that sort of thing.
What is Hubs 52?
I don't know. He was up there last year. He was top 50. He was up there. Okay. We got to go to I was getting ready to ask one of you to hit the hang the banners, but I will have to do that. I will do that. Don't worry. Hang the banners, and then we will get out of here.
You did it! Congratulations!
Okay, hang the banners. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Oh, because Dex is here. That's why he wants to go first.
My hang the banner is going to go to my girls' Clemson softball team for sweeping Cal. There's a lot of chatter that the West Coast girls are better in softball, this, that, and other. And they showed up at Clemson and got a long, long, long flight home with an ass whooping. So
conference win.
That's right. Shout out to them Tigers.
Tex, do you have one?
Yeah, my hang the banner goes out to Scooters. Spent a lot of time scootering around Charlotte this weekend.
Oh, did you? Back on them?
It was fun. Yeah, it's back on them. It was fun.
Scooters still have them?
Yep.
Love it.
That's my preferred way to get around uptown Charlotte was on a scooter, riding the lime, just hitting the curbs, weaving in and out of stuff. It was fun. At one point, we went to the 7-Eleven down there, bought a 6-pack of beer, went back to the hotel room, scootering through the streets with the 6-pack. It was nice.
Nice.
Brought back a little of the old magic fairy dust there.
Yeah.
The old what's his name, Winter Warlock with his little pocket full of trinkets.
Mm-hmm.
I got one more hang the banner.
Go ahead, dude. Hang him.
Hang the banner to Bethany for absolutely whooping Texas ass in Topgolf. I mean,
wait a minute. What?
Just drug him by a little bit of hair that's on top of his head through the mud, stomped on it, and turned around and spit him back out and said, and she played it perfect too, because she, at first Tex was trying to give her advice on how to hit and stuff, and then at the end of the day, the score was 282.
Are you serious?
Whoop that ass.
Why did I not hear a word about this?
Because Tex got his ass kicked.
It's one game. Dude, it doesn't matter. That's all it takes. I lose one game of racquetball, I hear about it for the rest of my life.
It was 2 games. What are you talking about? It was 2 games.
I don't remember.
It was 2 games, yeah.
Oh, man.
One was the virtual golf.
Yeah. You're right. It was 2 games, and the other one was the pin seeker or whatever.
Yeah.
I was not good at those. I was not good.
So shout out to Texas' wife, hang the banner for walking out with a W.
Love that.
I am the only one that hit the back screen though. With an iron.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Hit it with an iron.
All right, hang the banner to this goose. This is mine.
Oh, dude, yes.
Hang the banner to this goose.
This
guy thought he's going Undertaker meme.
Unconscious and all.
Undertaker.
I'm back.
Look how happy those dudes are that he's alive. So
this is when you know you're in the city though, because
group of golfers, blades a wedge.
I would have been stepping on his head. I'd be like, all right.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. This is how you know. This is how you know you're in the city, because me and Tex are out there. We're literally grabbing that goose by the neck and throwing it in the woods. Just doing a spin, throwing it in the woods.
Give it a couple spins.
Is that a female frog out there? Was that a female frog out there just playing dead?
Yeah. This guy's over here about to do CPR on it. He
was.
He's just devastated. Look at it. He's like, oh my God, I'm so
hold on.
bad.
Is there sound to this? There's got to be sound.
Oh my God, they're playing taps.
I love that, because you know that's like the greatest moment of their life. Nothing like being out there with the boys like that. That's incredible.
Yep.
Love that.
Anyways,
that was my
his head stepped on and then the old neck ring, and then tossed in the woods.
And then you get your golf club ready because you know you're about to get attacked by 10 more geese. You know, so
yep. Because they were all looking at it. They were all looking at this guys.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than
doing the
a
little
goose
waddle real slow.
Nest, man. Yeah,
they were doing the waddle real slow toward him.
I've fought many a goose on the banks of a pond. Those things are a menace.
Tyler O'Neill, and my other hanging banner was to Tyler O'Neill, who's homered in 6 straight opening days.
Jeez.
6 straight. Also, I wanted to shout out Sid Crosby. I'm a hockey fan. I like hockey.
Yep.
20-point per game season is the most. He averages a point per game. That's stupid, dude.
That's crazy.
That is dumb.
That's crazy. Like just thinking about that, that's crazy. For
That's
20
stupid.
years.
That's ridiculous.
Ovechkin's got 5 left to go for his.
Yeah, no, Ovechkin's got 5 goals left.
5 goals.
He had a sick tip in. So
does he have enough rope to do it? Or is he?
They got 11 games left.
Mm-hmm.
They got 11 games. So
that's all they're gonna try and do is get in that.
Oh yeah.
Just give it to him at the top of the left circle, and let him rip it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But it's playoff hockey season. We'll get into that whenever it's time. We'll get into that. That's it. So thanks everybody for riding along. This has been episode 226. And we will be back. I don't know what the schedule. We got to talk to Mike Kim, see when we're going to do that. That interview, which will be really cool now that he's in the mask. Like, that's crazy, dude. Like,
he might be in full Masters prep mode.
Dude, yeah. So that'll be fun. But anyways, we'll pay attention to the Twitters and the social medias, all these right here. Podcast will be out tomorrow. If you just joined us over, we got quite a few of you in here, so we appreciate it. And we'll see you guys at the next episode Wednesday night for sure. So go Niners. They're not in shambles. Don't believe them.
Done.
Don't listen to them.
Season's over. Hadn't even started.
See you later.